Welcome back to Montreal's Olympic Stadium as we get ready for the MX2 final. There's last year's winner, number 13, Tyler Medaglia. Let's go get caught up with him.
Riding two classes this year, Tyler. How important was your win here last year?
Yeah, it was really important. You know, it was like my first professional career win, and you know, it was good to get it not too far from home here in Montreal and in front of 50,000 people.
Added pressure riding two classes this year for you?
No, you know, I just want to see how I can do in both classes. I had really good times in both yesterday, and you know, I feel really good. I was down south working with Josh Woods at GPF, and you know, I feel ready for this race in Supercross track.
Number 18, Tim Tremblay on the KTM from Lac Saint-Jean, Quebec. About 5 hours from Montreal, Tim. You made the journey down to race in front of your home province. You got to be pumped for this crowd.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's pretty amazing. 50,000 people, and it's amazing.
Talk to us about riding the little bike. You're on the big bike in the outdoors. Now you're on the little 250F out here. How's it suiting you?
Yeah, I like the 250F. It's a pretty fast bike, and I practiced since 3 weeks in 250F, and I had a good season last season in 250F when I got second overall. So I think I'm pretty fast. I'm big, but I'm pretty fast on the small bike.
Brian Coster and Mark Travers in the booth for the MX2 final here from Montreal's Olympic Stadium. Brian, 25 fast young Canadians in this MX2 final. There's some hot talent on the line tonight.
Absolutely, 281. The younger brother of Tyler Medaglia, that's Jeremy on the Yamaha of Troy bike. 22, Kyle Beaton, a huge favorite coming in. Number 8, Kyle Keys from Ontario, a big guy on the little bike. Simon Homans, number 6, French-Canadian rider. He has won this event before and does have an outdoor MX2 championship under his belt. We'll look for him to challenge Medaglia.
30 board is up, Brian. Riders focusing on the gate, and the gate is down. Coming into that long straightaway to the left-hander, to the tabletop. Beaton out front early, looks like Medaglia on the inside. Over that rod, Haybale coming. Oh, and Beaton is now Medaglia in first place.
Unbelievable. Jay Perouse, number 77 on the Cali, doing good. There's 38, Marc-Antoine Genereux. He's down. Another French-Canadian rider, 44, Gavin Benoit down. But here it is. Beaton has the whole shot all alone. Medaglia dives over the hay bales, totally takes out his front wheel. And look, younger brother Jeremy, 21, on that blue Yamaha, hung up as well.
It looked like Medaglia went too far on the inside, but there was some hay bale explosions that were all over the track, so a little sketchy on the lines there.
Gray area for sure, Mark.
But I think they touched Brian, and that is too bad coming to that whoop section for Beaton. Now having a problem getting that Yamaha started.
You know, with these four-stroke machines, a lot harder to start the motorcycles when they're hot. They're well warmed up after their hot lap and revving up on the gate. But it's Tyler Medaglia out front, Jay Perouse 77 in second, 45 Kyle McGlynn, a rookie pro rider, sitting third and riding really well on that KTM Travs. But Simon Homans, number 6, is stocking mode, sitting fourth.
Brian, the MX2 class here in Montreal, all Canadian. It gives a chance for those hot young pilots to get up here and show their wares. McGlynn in third place on that Performex KTM, looks fast, and how about Perouse? Here comes McGlynn on the outside.
And I'll tell you, both these young rookie riders riding very well. McGlynn, I'm very impressed with him on the KTM. Dives into second place through the whoops. Perouse, we see his feet off the pegs. Number 18, Tim Tremblay there, but look at Homans. He's taking a gander at Perouse, and he has the pass, moves into third. And now it is Tim Tremblay that has fourth in his sights.
Kyle McGlynn in second place on that KTM. Simon Homans in third. A great track here, Brian, built by the Dirtworks crew. Looks like Tremblay on the inside. Does he have Perouse? No, Perouse looking strong over that finish jump that brings him to the big tabletop over the tunnel.
Lots of options out here for the riders with these step-on, steps-off. Love this sand section here at the end of the course. Tremblay makes his move on the KTM. A little more horsepower through the sand. They're side by side. Does he have him? Yes. He makes it stick. And then we see the big man, number 8, the bulldozer, Kyle Keys in 6th place.
There's your leader, number 13, Tyler Medaglia, who finished in the top 3 this year in the MX1 class in Canada, dropping down to ride both classes today. Oh, McGlynn has some trouble over that double. Looks like Homans goes wide. There goes Tremblay, and there's Burke on the inside.
Homans overshoots big time. Here it is. Homans triples. McGlynn not able to triple. Does a full helmet test. Homans triples, and when you triple, it's super hard to get to the inside. He goes wide, but salvages second place out of that deal. But look who's coming up the middle, Travs, on the 281 bike.
That is the Yamaha of Troy bike of Jeremy Medaglia, who was in that altercation early with Kyle Beaton. He's got a banner cut up in his spokes or his sprocket in the backside. Looks like he's having some problems, but he's made up a lot of ground working his way up on third place.
That can cause a lot of trouble. Luckily, though, a big contact move by Jeremy Medaglia on Tremblay. It doesn't work for him. They just collided so hard. Back to the stuff in his rear wheel. It's on the chain side. Oh,
Medaglia goes down.
Medaglia, the faster of the two riders there, over aggressive. It's one thing to catch, it's another thing to pass. So here it is, comes up the inside, a beautiful Supercross block pass on Tremblay, but just gets a little sideways. Now that stuff in the back wheel is robbing power, and once he's got momentum, it's not a big deal. But coming from zero speed there, just that little bit, Tremblay able to hold him off, and then of course, Medaglia trying too hard, both slides it.
And a little ruddy coming out of that corner too, Brian. It looks like he shifted out of the smooth enough into the ruts and just bobbled a little bit as we get back to that battle between Keist and Tremblay. To our leader, number 13, Tyler Medaglia on that Ocean Transport Suzuki, looking great on his last lap, getting his last lap flag into the sand section. Back to Homans in second place, who busts that big hay bale.
Homans lands right on the hay bale. It looks like Tremblay's taking a peek now, getting aggressive on Simon Homans. Of course, Homans on that privateer Simon Homans Racing Yamaha, and there is Tyler Medaglia on that Rockstar sponsored OTSFF Suzuki.
So some great battling up here in the MX2 class. Of course, Medaglia running away with us after that contact early with Beaton, and he is a strong rider, Brian. You give him a lead, you give him some open ground, he is going to take care of business.
For sure, Beaton, I think, could have won this race. It was down to those two, and with that contact early, boy, oh boy, there's going to be some ill feelings in the pits for sure. But what I'm liking right now is Tyler Medaglia going for his second win here. That is huge. That is stamping his Canadian authority on the MX2 class.
The French-Canadian fans have to be happy with second and third place with Simon Homans and Tim Tremblay. The French connection going second and third. And Tyler Medaglia crosses the finish line with a half heel kicker to win his second MX2 final in Montreal in a row. He's going to be on top of the world, Brian. There's our top 9 from the MX2 final. Tyler Medaglia, Simon Homans, Tremblay, Keith with a nice ride. I like Paris, Benoit, and Kyle Beaton all the way back to 9.
Great effort for Beaton and Benoit after their problems at the start, as well as Jeremy Medaglia had 2 falls. He ends up 5th. Great shot of the podium. Simon Homans in the red and white, and of course, Travis Medaglia spoiled with the win.
Medaglia with his second win in a row here in Montreal. Let's go down to the podium and get caught up with our winner.
And the winner, Tyler Medaglia, great race. You got the whole shot. You led wire to wire. How easy was that?
Yeah, it was really easy, you know. My Suzuki got me a really good start. We've been really working those motors. But yeah, you know, I'm super pumped. The track's awesome. The crowd's crazy, and you know, I couldn't be more happy.
Good job.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks.
You are watching the 31st running of the Montreal Supercross.